Fighting Initiative is Senator Marsha Blackburn, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
Good morning.
And Republican gubernatorial candidate in Tennessee as well. Good morning to you. Great to have you, Senator.
Good morning.
Let's talk a little bit about this fight on crime, because the statistics tell us the president's efforts have been successful. Businesses are praising President Trump, saying the community is safer, it's easier for them to operate. Residents are praising him and saying that they feel safer walking around. But if you start to look at what the liberal media is saying, for example, in the Atlantic is saying the National Guard doesn't even know why the National Guard is in D.C. So already you've got the left jumping on this, saying it's not working, despite what we know to be true.
And you're correct about that. The numbers don't lie. They tell the story of what is taking place. And also, if you talk to law enforcement officers that are on the ground in these blue cities, they will tell you they are appreciative for the backup. And look at what the citizens are saying. They feel safer. They are pleased that there is an enforcement and a presence. And President Donald Trump has been right on this from day one. And I think people are grateful to see this. Everyone wants their community safe. They want these gang leaders, MS-13, Tren de Aragua, apprehended and removed from their communities. They want to know that their kids are going to be safe. And these Democrat leaders that have pushed soft on crime policies, people that have tried to make heroes out of villains and villains out of law enforcement. It is so interesting to see now the citizens and many elected leaders are standing up and saying, way to go. Yeah. This is exactly what we have needed, enforcement of the rule of law.
And one of the overarching themes in the election was crime, public safety, the security of our southern border, and people coming in, causing havoc in this country. The president did a great job to respond to the needs of the American people who voted for him in shutting the border down. But there's also some tangential evidence now that those that have been deported, Senator, are trying to sneak their way back into this country. This is also coming as the president is cracking down on those who are overstaying, refusing to be deported, and the administration is imposing fines on those individuals. What are the next steps as we see a little bit of a resurgence or a pushback as people try to come back into the country to shut it down?
Well, Jackie, we have to realize that human trafficking, sex trafficking, has been a revenue stream for the cartels. This is why it is so important that in the big, beautiful bill, we put the money in for increased enforcement at the southern border. Now, bear in mind, when Joe Biden was president, you had an average of about 160,000 illegal entries per month into the country. Under President Donald Trump, this is at the lowest levels ever. We have had weeks where there are zero that were able to enter into the United States. And it is important that we continue that enforcement to show this wasn't a surge and we backed away, but we, as the United States, are going to protect our borders. President Donald Trump is going to continue to make certain the border is secure, and we are going to handle deportations of those that have illegally entered the country. The Democrats tried for 4 years to make illegal legal, and President Trump was accurate when he said, we don't need new laws, we need a new president. Yeah. And he has enforced the law. He's enforcing it at the border. He's enforcing it in the communities, and the American people are cheering for the work he is doing.
Yeah, we don't need new laws. We need to enforce the laws that we have existing, which had totally fallen by the wayside. Senator, while I have you, you are a gubernatorial candidate for the great state of Tennessee. Kash Patel was on with Maria, FBI director, and he said this. He said, I didn't know this until my confirmation process, but Memphis, Tennessee is the homicide capital of America per capita. What would you do as governor to fight crime?
Yes, indeed, and I was have so appreciated having Kash Patel and A.G. Bondi put focus on Shelby County and Memphis, Tennessee. and the FBI is surging in that area. Law enforcement is grateful to have them. We are getting great results every single day. And what, as a governor, you can continue to do is to make certain that we fight illegal immigration, that we support our law enforcement, we apprehend those that are committing these crimes, and then that we make certain they do not re-enter our communities. Putting an emphasis on juvenile crime, making certain that these individuals are going to be removed from these gangs that are wreaking havoc in so many of our communities.
Senator, it's a pleasure to see you and a pleasure to have you on the program. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Marsha Blackburn.
You got it.